me to look in the mirror and see what I look like. I had been hiding behind my hair. We were talking before about hair as protection. I've been hiding behind my hair for a really long time, and at first it was about a look, because I don't know if you all are old enough to remember Rae Dawn Chong. Rae Dawn Chong was the hot actress, and she had long curly hair. She was sort of racially ambiguous, and she was the hot chick, and so we all were trying to do that look. And that's why I was sewing in all kinds of hair into my head. And it worked. It worked for as long as it did. But I began to get this longing as I would see my curl friends out and about. And let me say this for the record, that this revolution, I said this last night, this is not happening in Los Angeles. There are curly girls, you'll see a lot of locks, you'll see curly girls, but they're very, like, don't look at me, I don't want to talk about it, it's not a conversation, I've got my hair, but this is not a revolution. It's places like this that make it a revolution. It's places like this that make it a lifestyle and a choice that you want to go toward, instead of saying, well, I kind of wear my hair like this. You're proud of it, and I'm so inspired by it. So about 2 years ago, I really was having this longing to change, and I didn't know what to change into. And I thought about, well, I'll get a weave, maybe I'll start wearing wigs. I was like, why am I moving more in the direction of where I've already been? Let me go take it back. Back to Africa. No, but back to me. Back to me. And so 2 years ago, I started watching YouTube videos. And if last night you saw my eyes light up when I met you, it's because I probably was watching your video. And I specifically, and I thought very smartly, looking at girls whose hair texture was the same as mine. So I was like, okay, is that how and for the record, I didn't even know what my hair looked like because I put it away for so long. My hair braider and I would cut my hair. So I kept my own hair very, very short. I had a teeny weeny afro underneath my braids, so that way the braid would be short and the loose hair would be long. So for years, I didn't even know it was called BC. I didn't know it was a big chop. I've been big chopping my hair for years. And I would get touch-ups every 2 to 3 weeks because I wanted my braids to look fresh, right? And so my hair was very short. So 2 years ago, I said, stop cutting my hair. We're going to let it grow. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we're going to let it grow. And so we did. And I was watching the videos and watching at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and longing for this other thing. And then a year ago, I got really serious. I was like, do I want to do sister locks? I want to do sister locks. Do I want to lock it up? I don't know if I want to lock it. Do I want to cut it all off? I don't know what I want to do, but I'm going to do something. And so December 27th, 2010, I said, tonight is the night. No, wait, let me go back. A week before, I went and bought me a wig. And I said, it's around the holidays, my hair braider is going to be off. Just in case you do this and you hate it, get you a wig so you can cover it up. In case an event comes up, you still got to show up and be Kim Coles, whatever that means. I don't know what that is, but I got to show up and be this thing that I think people expect. So I bought me a wig. I said, okay, got that done. December 27th, I started cutting my extensions out. And for the first time saw my texture as it really is on my whole head. Because like I said, we only ever did touch-ups. So I only ever saw pieces of my head. And here it was, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I like this. This is what I look like. I'll tell you that I had done it a couple of years before. Right after Living Single was over, I was ready to sort of shed Sinclair, as if I ever could. Woo, 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 by the way. I can never shed Sinclair. And I'm going to tell you, remind me to tell you what woo, woo, woo really, really means. I thought, well, let me just shed Sinclair. I needed a separation. So I did it, and I did twists on my hair, but I totally used the wrong products. I used drying gels. This is before there was a real conversation about the fact that our hair needs moisture. If I had known that my hair liked moisture, I would have been moisturizing all along. I was putting hair in my head and treating the hair, but never treating my own. I didn't know that my hair liked water. I ran away from water because the more water I put, the more my braids would deteriorate. Other than washing it every week and a half, I was like, oh, water, stay away. I would spritz this, my wet and wavy. But this got no love at all. You know, I didn't even really condition this because I didn't want the braids to slip out. I spent all my time trying to maintain this expensive hairdo. By the way, y'all down here are stealing hair. Not y'all. Y'all got some crooks down here stealing hair. Have you seen the news? Y'all don't play. Going in and stealing the $200 pack hair. I wish somebody would steal me some $200 pack hair. I didn't mean y'all. I mean y'all got some crooks. I wish I had a husband or brother who would go in and steal me. Go to the salon. Yeah, get the Remy. The Remy. Number 33. And I had 5 colors in my head. So number 33, write this down. Number 27. I don't want no 1B. I'm not 1B. I'll take a 12 though. Y'all are serious down here. I'm spending that much for hair. I can't even tell you how much I've saved. I've saved between $300 and $500 a month. Because imagine somebody coming to your house to braid your hair, and you got to feed her, you got to feed yourself, and you got to buy the hair. Forget it. I'm jumping all around to say that when I cut all the extensions out, I felt free. Here's a telling moment. I sent a picture. My mom lives in North Carolina. I sent a picture of just the top of my head to my mother. And my mother said, "Oh, Kimmy, your hair is so curly." And I was like, oh my God, my own mother doesn't remember what my hair looked like. Because at 9, we permed it up. And at 12, we braided it up and put it away. It was always put away. It was like, it's too much work, get rid of it. She didn't even remember how curly my hair was, and I didn't remember either. And so I began to really go, this is it, I'm stuck. I actually sent a picture to Afro-Bella, and I gave Afro-Bella the exclusive to tweet my head out. I said, tweet this. This is my new head. And I am in. I'm in 100%. I'm in. I walk past a mirror, and this was the test. When you walk past a mirror and go, I walk past a mirror and I go, that's what God gave me. Let me work it. For years I've been adding hair so it could do something that it didn't do. My hair doesn't do that. And by the way, when I braided it, I never once did that. I was like, don't you do this. Even though you can, don't do this. My hair don't do that. My hair does this. And that's a good thing. And it's all about embracing yourself as you are. And this is also all a part of, I realized it's part of a personal transition that I was going through to really show up in the world and be as authentic as possible. Not like what you see, it's as if you ever saw me and I wasn't authentic, but it's about stepping into my true authenticity and stepping into my true message of love and acceptance and what I call gifts. I'm going to talk about this now, and I'll talk about it later on when I have my own little private session. I went through a really tough time in Hollywood. When you're not working in Hollywood, you're only as good as your last job. And people say, what are you working on? And you get defensive, like, well, I'm trying to get a job. I can't get it all them reality shows. Nene got a show, but I ain't got a show. I want a show too. I ain't mad at Nene, but I want one too. But things have changed, and so when you're not working, you feel very defensive. And there was a very large, very toothless security guard. And I'm not judging him, I'm just saying he was missing every tooth in his head. Who's judging me? So, Kim Cole, your career done fallen off, huh? What's wrong with you? Outside of a Save-On or a CVS or one of those, I was like, you're judging me, sir? And I got mad, but I couldn't get mad, because what he was really saying was, and he was spitting on me because he had no teeth. But what he was really saying was, I miss you on television, why aren't you there? And I'm like, I'm doing the best I can. And I realized, well, whether or not I'm on TV or not, I can still be me. I'm still who I am. I still have gifts to share. And my gifts are love and laughter. My gifts are being able to recognize what's amazing about you and being a cheerleader for you. And by the way, that's what woo 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 is really all about. Woo 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 is something that my mother used to say to us when we were growing up. Like, that's not a sitcom phrase, that's in my soul. My mother would say woo 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 when she wanted to say, sweetie, when the words can't express, I love you, okay, sweetie, I got your back, I'm on your side, I'm on your team, I'm your curl friend. So woo 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 works for that too. It just was like a little moment of like, between you and me, I've got you and I see your magnificence. And that's who I am in the world, and I can do that whether I'm on TV or not. And so I developed this project that I call Open the Gifts. And it's all about the gifts that we all have inside, and each and every one of us has something amazing that we were born to bring into the world and born to share with the world. And it is your birthright to do so. And when you do that, living from your place of purpose and passion, the universe and God and source, or however you want to language it, gives you so much more. So it's like, wait a minute, she's doing what I sent her there to do? Let me give her all the resources that she needs to make it happen. You know, we look at this amazing Fro Fashion Week. Taryn Boone had this dream and this passion to make this happen. And look, we're all rushing here to be here and support her. Jessie shows up to come and support and be a sponsor. The vendors show up and support her. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you do what you're supposed to be doing, things align and it works out beautifully. And I've begun talking to groups and women and girls about the gifts that we all have inside and about how there's no other place to live. You have to do what's in your soul to do. There's no other place to be. And in particular, if you're rocking your own natural self, that's a whole other level of saying, this is who I am, this is me being authentic, this is who I am and who I'm supposed to be. And so, by the way, gifts is what I call this Open the Gifts, all about opening the gifts, but it's also an acronym for gratitude, intention, forgiveness, triumphs, and self-love. Yeah, I knew you'd like that. Gratitude, intention, forgiveness, triumphs, and self-love. And when I do my afternoon session, we'll spend more time talking about this. It's all about being grateful, waking up every day and saying, paying attention to what you do have in your life, what is working in your life, rather than paying attention to what is not. Stay grateful. Set your intention every day for who you want to be. I call it a spiritual to-do list. Because we have another to-do list. Let me pick up the groceries. I got to take the dog to the vet. I got to get them kids, them badass kids to the so-and-so. But what about setting an intention about who you really want to be and how you want to show up in the world? And forgiveness opens up your heart for more to come in. Let go of things that don't serve you anymore. I love to say, I forgive my crazy ex-husband. Right. And I forgive myself for marrying him. And I knew he was crazy. Forgiveness, I'm telling you, that's a huge thing. Let go of old stuff. It leaves room in your heart for more to come in. And triumphs is all about, where am I magnificent? Let me pay attention to what works, what is fabulous about me. What doesn't work about you ain't none of your business. What is magnificent? Where do you meet yourself where everything is perfect and wonderful? Stay in that space. And then self-love, which is what it's really all about. Self-love and self-acceptance and just saying, this is who I am and this is who I'm supposed to be and I'm going to rock it right up and through here.